All right, we are live. Let's start a little countdown here and we'll be ready to. All right, all right, all right. We are in the building for our power lunch. We come to you every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. I hope you've had a chance to grab you something to eat, but as well grab a pencil and a piece of paper because we have some information for you today that is going to change your life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you join the live, please tell us where you're coming in from, what city, what state, what country are you coming in from? Because people will be coming from all over the country, all over the world, as a matter of fact. These ladies that I have before you today are worldwide. I tell you, they've been everywhere. But here's what I want to do. I want to welcome the people who come into the replay because I know you're coming. And I want to welcome our guests on YouTube. Everybody's coming today to hear this story about the gut microbiome and how we are linking it up with digital marketing. I'm telling you, the message today is compelling. If I were you, I would invite a friend right now before I bring my guest to the stage because today's message is going to change your life. Here's another thing I tell you to do. If you want your comments to be seen in our live, go very quickly to your app store or your, I don't know what, the Google store or something like that, and download the StreamYard Guest app. That way I can see your comments and highlight your comments because we want to hear what you have to say. But because we only have a half hour to 45 minutes and we have an action-packed show today, I want to bring my guest to the line. First and foremost, I want to bring to you my dear sister friend. I'm telling you, she's my sister from another mister. She is Miss Cynthia Craig. She has made hundreds, I'm talking you, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the network marketing industry. She has businesses all across the globe. Along with that, she is a financial genius. She has every series you can imagine in the finance world. She got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 20,000 because she don't play when it comes to finances. She is just extraordinary. She has an amazing testimony, and we are so excited to have her. Miss Cynthia Craig, if you could please come to the stage. We welcome you, Miss Cynthia Craig. And then we have the phenomenal, who is both Cynthia and I's mentor, has been, Cynthia, you can come to the stage, has been for the past 25 years, our mentor, our friend, our sister. I tell you, I have never met a more humble woman who has made millions and millions and millions of dollars. When I say millions and millions and millions, I'm not even exaggerating. This lady has made so much money that you would think she would have a little about her. But she doesn't. She's just a girl from Brooklyn who decided to go for it. Her story is phenomenal. Her drive is phenomenal. Her heart is as big as gold. And I love her like a fat girl loves cake. I want to bring to, now I'm not, don't, y'all better not call me fat or bring me no cake. I want to bring to the stage at Mrs. Valencia Pomfil, the CEO of the iconic MAD team, which stands for Making a Difference. While we're waiting for our guests to finish cheesing, I want to welcome our guest today. I see Miss Kim Possible French. I call her the most resilient woman on the planet. That's my girl. She's actually my first partner in the digital marketing community. I love her like okay, I ain't gonna say that. I see my girl Keisha Trowick in the building. She and I go back like afros and cracker jacks. I love her so much. I see my brother from another mother, Mr. Troy Mitchell, in the building. I tell you, Troy and I and Cynthia can tell some stories that will light you up. I'm telling you, if you're there, you need to let us know, because I see there's 9 people there, but that's the only people whose comments I can see. Troy's laughing, but he knows we got stories for days and days. But let's get right into this message this morning, because the message we have for you today is absolutely life-changing. And I know all we have is lunch. We may go a little longer today. We have Mr. Greg Dodson. This woman with a high BMI. I think I did Fat Girl Who Loves Cake. I've been fat all my life. I'm cool with that. Right, Valencia and Cynthia? But I'm cool. Let's change the subject. Hello, Miss Robin Slade Omo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Elaine Green, we welcome you. But let's get into this conversation. Lynette Marable, welcome. I ain't welcoming anybody else because we got things to do now. Miss Valencia Parfell, Miss Cynthia Craig are here today to share with you a message that I believe. Let me tell you something. Every time you hear me, I'm talking about digital marketing. I have been a broken record when it comes to digital marketing, because I believe that the world is going digital and that we must go with it. It's not a choice. It's not if, it's when. It's not if. Can somebody say it's not if, it's when? Type it in the comments. You will go digital, just like you came to the ATM machine, just like you came to the microwave, just like you all have a cell phone in your hand. Everybody will go digital. It's a matter of when, okay? Because it's not just a business. It is a skill set that you must learn to be able to compete in business in the future. But then when I linked up with these 2 ladies, what I learned, okay, let me make a confession. I told everybody when I came back in the world this time, because you know I will disappear like a bear who hibernates. When I came back to the world this time, I said, I'm never doing network marketing again. I'm done with it. I've had my share. I've been around 25 years. I found digital marketing. I was so excited, and I still am. But guess what? When you hear a message that you know is life-changing, you must be flexible enough to change with it. So with that being said, I have some slides, Miss Papa. I'm going to try to follow you with the slides, Miss Craig. I'm going to turn it over to you 2 for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I want you to tell the world what we're bringing to the world. And I did say where, because y'all going to get a big announcement at the end of this live today. But can you tell the world why we're so excited and why we feel so good about what we do? So I'm going to turn this over to you all. I don't know who wants to start, but it's totally up to you.
Mrs. Pompel, CEO of the world. I give you the floor first. Dory Ray, thank you for being here. Please.
First of all, Dory, thank you so much. You produce energy, and I'm just excited to be on this live. I'm excited for who I get to be in business with, but I'm equally excited about the message. And if I had to describe us, we all have different energies. You know, Dory she's vibrant. She can get excited about, as she said, cake. I get excited about facts. And so when I deliver my message today, it's 100% factual. I always tell people what I'm going to share with you is not subject to debate. It's not subject to opinion. If somebody says to me, well, you know, my opinion is it's not real, it doesn't change the facts. There is a wellness revolution taking place. Now, before I give you the detail, let me tell you the state of affairs in health. Because I think when you understand the problem, you accept the message even better. There's so much with all the advances. We have cell phones, we have artificial intelligence, we have chat GPT. We have, you know, you can walk through stores and never take anything out of your pocket, and it can charge you because your credit cards are in your wallet. There's amazing technological advances, self-checkout, all of that. But with everything that's happening in science, you know what's not improving? Health. People are getting sicker instead of getting better. So I had to sit back and say, that makes no sense. All the money we're spending, why aren't we spending money on helping people get healthier? Why is this passionate to me? Because I have people in my family who are suffering from chronic lifestyle diseases. So to keep this real short, I started looking into it. Did you guys know that the pharmaceutical industry, and Dory has a background in that industry, is $1.6 trillion, TR, $1.6 trillion that goes to people who make pharmaceutical drugs that are supposedly helping us get healthy. Now here's the caveat. Do you know if you get healthy, they lose customers? A healthy person takes money out of the pockets of the way we treat medicine. So that means it's more profitable for people to stay sick. Now, with that as your backdrop, if you discovered there's something you could do to stay healthy, would you do it? And I believe everybody listening is intelligent and you'd say yes. So, one of the discoveries that really happened 3,000 years ago, and I have to believe it was buried and people didn't talk about it, is that we as human beings have an area in our bodies called our microbiome. And Dory put that up. It's the one thing that we can take care of every day to achieve optimal health. Now, here's what's interesting to me, and I said that before. Most people never heard the word microbiome.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you ask them, what is it? They don't know. But now that I've said it to you, your reticular activating system is going to kick in and you're going to see it all over the place. It is the center of health. Now, here's what is interesting. Your microbiome is also where all disease originates. Hippocrates, anybody who's a doctor, they take that oath. They have to take the Hippocratic oath. Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut. So whether it's cancer, allergies, depression, anxiety, skin disease, energy levels, whatever, HIV, kidney disease, diabetes, it all has the same origin in the human body. Like, who knew? Who knew? Because the doctors treat us like we're a bunch of fragmented parts. And in fact, when they don't know how to treat you, they just take the part out. Oh, your gallbladder hurts? Take it out. As if it had no real purpose. But when you understand that your microbiome is the center and it's where all disease starts, you'll give attention to how you treat it. And that is the message we're sharing. There is one thing that everybody can do to improve their health, and that is take care of their microbiome. The last thing I'm going to say is, well, what is it? It's where 100 trillion microbial cells exist. So we as human beings, we got a bunch of gut bugs inside of us. And these gut bugs, they run our lives. 100 trillion microbial cells. Now, because of the way we do things in the modern world, it's all out of balance. But you can get it rebalanced. And as a result, you're going to feel amazing. And it's not difficult to do. And that's why I'm so passionate. I mean, Cynthia, I'm going to turn it over to you because you have real stories about how this knowledge has impacted you. So, Ms. Craig, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Pompil. And thank you, Dory Ray, my sister, for having this platform, for inviting me to be part of this. It is such a blessing to be here. This is everything that you shared is 100% on point, and it resonates with me as if it's the first time, over and over and over again. As I hear this message, there's a few things that come to mind. It's such a worthy message. It's well received. It's so documented that whether a person chooses to believe or not doesn't make a difference. It's factual. It's not a pilot test. It's not up for debate or opinion. And for anyone who's ever lost a measure of their health, and I'm speaking from experience, 13 years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, debilitating rheumatoid arthritis. It's not osteoarthritis where your finger hurts. It's full body debilitating pain. It affects your joints. It creates chronic fatigue. The list goes on and on. The conversation is about the solution. I'm so excited. I'm like, that's the nerd in me. I get excited. You get excited about cake. You get excited about facts. I get excited about the research as well as the results.
Mm-hmm.
Increased energy. Just it's liberating to get your health back. Going from a person that was 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week, running, real estate broker, love what I do, love being a Medicare broker, love helping people, love consulting, no time limit, holidays, weekends, to being bedridden. And on a huge regimen of over 50 something supplements, all designed to assist me in doing what? When I had that conversation with my first naturopath in 2011, she said, the problem is in your gut. She said all autoimmune diseases, actually all diseases begin in the gut. And everything that she was giving me and telling me to source it from here and there, I was spending almost $700 a month. And the three basic products, the three foundation products of our company, the microbiome company, guess what? It took away me having to consume 53 pills a day. It also saved me a significant amount of money. Put me aside, there's so many people out there who are suffering in silence. They're suffering with chronic inflammation, with chronic migraines. They're suffering with challenges beyond that, such as infertility, and the list goes on. And I don't want to start naming everything. In no way, shape, or form are we making it sound like a cure, but when you give the body exactly what it needs, what it understands, the fuel that we were designed to consume, not the other stuff that they call food, what we know is not food. And when we give the body what it needs, what it understands on a microbial level, it is just exciting to see the results. The results are real. The testimonials are real. Real people, real results every day, everyone, and it's safe. See, I had to make a decision and go in the direction of going plant-based in order to reduce inflammation in my body. Inflammation is the culprit of, if not all, most diseases, right? It starts in the gut. So once you address that simply with a simple solution, and you give people hope and you empower them with a simple solution that happens to even taste great, and it's scientifically proven, it's a win-win-win. With everything that we have all done in our backgrounds for being entrepreneurial women, in my opinion, there's no greater impact that I can have on any person than to impact their health. Give them the hope that they need, that they can change that environment. They can enhance that environment, and it can give them the life back that they used to have. They can run around with the grandkids. They can get their time back. They don't have to worry about, oh, I have to navigate pain and taking over the counter pills and taking all these pharmaceutical medications that we know are not even designed to address the root cause. So my passion, yes, part of it is a personal health journey, and as well, it just makes so much common sense. We are eating food that's not food. It should be illegal, but that's a whole nother convo. Actually, it's not. It's this convo. It should be illegal, what they're doing, but we know why. And now that more people are recognizing that it's time to be proactive with their health, and you don't have to be that person that's lost the measure of your health. Be proactive. Be ahead of the game. What are you teaching your children about food? What are their microbiomes doing? So there's so much that can be covered. There's not a person, there's not a soul that can hear this conversation and not be impacted in a positive way, because every single one of us knows someone. Look at back to school. Let's talk about the immunity, those little germ factories that bringing all that stuff home. But long story short, man, woman, children, everyone can benefit from these plant-based nutritional supplements. Microbiome nutrition might be new to you, but it's not brand new. And it is the way in order all of us can achieve our great health. So thank you for allowing me to share just a little bit. I'm excited because it's empowering. We can give people hope that matters.
Excellent. And Miss Ray, I just want to say something. You know, it's hard to hear people who are involved in a company and not believe that they have a level of bias or they have a reason to share. But let me tell everybody listening today, I don't care what you've been diagnosed with. I don't care what somebody you love has been diagnosed with, maybe what they passed away from. Do yourself a favor. Type in Google or DuckDuckGo or ChatGPT the name of whatever it is, diabetes and gut microbiome. Now, the internet is an interesting thing. Everything on it is not true. So look for scholarly, peer-reviewed, clinically tested information. And you will find a connection between everything and your gut microbiome. Everything. I've done it too many times. I present this worldwide, by the way. And people will come up to me and say, well, I'm dealing with this and I'm dealing with that. And I don't just try to give them all the information. I said, well, Google it. And they will find the connection. I even had it happen with individuals who I never heard of the disease. But I also want to say that health is not the absence of disease. Health is, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? You know, so often people are looking for these miraculous testimonies. You know what I tell people? And I'm going to say it because I'm proud to be the age I am. I'm 63. And I don't take one pharmaceutical drug, not one. And when I go to the doctor and the doctor says, so what medications are you on? And I say, oh, I'm not on any. Oh, no. I mean, what pills do you take? As though I didn't understand the question. Everybody is on drugs. Now, whether they're prescribed drugs or not, you know, we look down on drug addicts, but a lot of us are on drugs. By the way, sugar is more addictive than cocaine and heroin. And you want to know what corrupts your gut microbiome? Sugar. So this is a very extensive subject. You can go on YouTube. I sent Dory videos from experts, from TED Talks, from doctors, and everyone is becoming aware that all disease starts in the gut. So that's the problem. But what's the solution?
Right.
All right, our guts are corrupted. We have this environment inside of us that's not keeping us healthy. Well, the solution is get it back to working the way it should work. And I'm a firm believer, I'm biblically based, but in the beginning, God said, let every tree of the garden serve as food for you. That's what he said. So we have to go back to real foods and all the colors. And if we do so the right way, we can start to renovate our guts to the point that our guts keep us healthy. This is real important, what Cynthia said. We're not out here telling you we cure and heal or do any of that. Give your body what your body understands, and your body will do for you what you need. I have people in my family who are dealing with diabetes. Diabetes has just ravished my family. I've seen their A1Cs drop from the double digits down to 7. People I love. I'm telling you guys, I know how I feel, but it makes me so happy to see how they feel, to get back to a measure of health. You know what it's like to go to the doctor every single week, 2 and 3 appointments? I mean, people are suffering. And so when you can, by the way, when people say I have, they need to change that expression from I have diabetes. They need to say I'm suffering from diabetes. I'm suffering from rheumatoid. And let's get back to sharing the message. Now, some of you will say, oh, here we go with another MLM. I know the feeling. But that's why I emphasize the message. I emphasize the facts. I emphasize the research. I went on ChatGPT myself. You will get so much information. You know, you'll feel like a scholar just from what you read one time about your gut microbiome. And by the way, we're not in gut health per se. We're in microbiome health, because some people think gut health is digestion. You know, do I have acid reflux? Am I bloated? But it's so much more than that. It is your microbiome, and it is well documented. And I thank Dory, Miss Dory Ray, for getting a platform together. We shared it with her. I mean, she's telling you the truth. She's not really interested in MLM or network marketing. Forget the title. Do you love people and do you love yourself? Forget the industry. Do you love people? Do you love yourself? And would you share it with everybody you know? Now, if they pay you for that, that's a good thing. That's the way I want you to think. Because MLM, you know, there's too many companies. It has a reputation. I believe that it is professional if you're working with professional people. There are individuals who have changed their entire lives through this industry. And then there are those who get involved and give it a bad name. So don't base it on the industry. Listen to the message. I'll turn it back to you, Miss Dory Ray.
Woo, I'm just here. My heart, my chest is beating. What time is it, guys? You know I don't keep the clock.
I have no idea. Cynthia can tell.
It
Let me
is
see.
12:21.
12:20.
12:01?
Okay.
No.
12:20.
12:21.
Yes.
I have to go back to one message. This young man said, okay, now they're on here lying. Ain't no way she's a day past 49. That's what I thought until today, because that's what she's been telling me for 30 years, that she was 49. So I feel the same way, Greg. I just learned today something that everyone here learned. So I'm so glad that I finally found out that you're older than me. That's amazing.
Hey man, if I had to make it up for people to take care of their microbiome, I'm all good.
So listen up, guys. I'm going to tell you, the message is so powerful that when I heard it, first of all, I have a ton of respect for these ladies. And we're friends, first of all. And I knew what they were doing, but I was so adamant about not returning to the multi-level marketing industry because of what I've learned about digital marketing. But as I begin to learn more about digital marketing, what I discovered was that digital marketing, as much as you can earn money, it is a skill set that you use on all platforms. It's not just, you know, it's amazing that you can sell these courses and these programs, and I hate the word courses, you can sell this program over and over and over and over again and have the master resale rights and make a ton of money. But you can also use what you learn in these courses and apply it to other things. and make more money. It's about multiple streams of income, especially as we go into 2025. You cannot, especially if you're still just working a job, you cannot be dependent on one stream of income. We don't know what's happening with this presidential election. I'm not going to get all into that. But if you have not taken control of your finances, I'm kind of scared for you. Okay, if you're not finding ways to get paid on the internet, you're behind the 8 ball. It's not fair to your family that you haven't found a way to get paid on something that you spend so much time on. So when I was talking to these ladies, what I said to them was, I will join forces with you, but let me introduce something to you in this process. And because they are who they are, because they understand business, they were open. They weren't so focused on, this is the way we've always done it, this is the way we'll always do it, because they follow the trends and they move with the cheese. So when I said to Mrs. Pomfield and Miss Craig, as a matter of fact, they had already been discussing this. I'm not going to act like I introduced it to them. It was like the universe brought us together.
That's perfect.
Because they were looking for a way to get this message out faster to a broader audience. And the way that they're going to be able to do that is through a digital marketing platform. And trust me, I have joined forces with them in business. Okay. Hey, Carrie, what's up? That's Carrie Spencer, y'all. I have joined forces with them in business in the network marketing. Can y'all believe it? All that stuff I was talking, I'm as a rep for the company. I am a network marketing rep for the company because guess what? I know about timing and positioning, and this message of microbiome, now is the time, and I would not, I know too many people, and I know how to attract people, and I would be a bad person not to join forces knowing what I know. But what we're going to do, we're going to teach people how to use digital marketing skills. We're going to teach you. Now, we're not saying the old way is bad, because you still got to talk to people who you know, like, and trust. But we're going to teach you how to attract your perfect customer without having to beat your families down. They're going to come to you eventually. They're going to come to you because nobody's going to be able to escape two things: the microbiome conversation, and they're not going to be able to escape digital marketing. And when you put them together, as Cynthia says, it is a win-win-win. There is no way you can lose with this conversation. So I'm just super excited, Ms. Pomfield. We are working on some things behind the scene. We're not changing the game. Ms. Pomfield always taught us that leaders don't make excuses. They make adjustments. We're adjusting the plan just a bit so we can get this message out faster. And with digital marketing moving the way it is, we got it. We've already figured this thing out. We're 90% there. Like, you should see us behind the scenes. We're like little girls in a candy shop. We're like, ooh, that works. Because we know that once we perfect this, the game changes. The game changes. And we're so excited about that. Carrie, you wrote that long, but she said, love it, ladies. You look great. And I love the message about the importance of taking care of your microbiome. There has been a direct connection between the gut health and brain health near to me. So I hope people are really listening. I love you, Carrie. I've been loving you a long time.
Let me comment on what Carrie said.
Okay.
Because we have so much in common. I did a post earlier this week, and I shouted out all the caregivers. We're all getting older. We're all either taking care of our older parents or we took care of them. We've watched them go through some things, and dementia is now being called diabetes type 3. And when you see the eventuality, some people believe that bad health or that is our destiny. But the truth is, it all starts in the microbiome. There's a gut-brain connection that is so significant that if you do your research, you're going to find out that we don't have one brain, we have two. We have the brain in our head and we have the brain in our gut. Like, who knew? It's why we say things like, I don't know, I got to trust my gut on this one. Or I have a gut feeling. Or why is it that whenever something's bothering you, you get this wooziness? You feel like you got to regurgitate. Your stomach is upset. There is a connection between the gut and the brain. And this microbiome conversation, I'm telling you, what you do with it is yours. But everybody deserves to hear it. And to Dory's point about digital marketing, I've spent thousands, tens of thousands of dollars trying to understand it, because, information is generational and sometimes you can be left behind. I have people who today will say, well, I don't want to put my credit card on the internet. Hey, they have that right. You know what I mean? But life moves on. So we've got to move with the cheese, as Dory said, and we've got to be willing to accept new information that's been proven. And digital marketing, to me, is all about tweaking the screw so you can reach people you don't know. You're still going to talk to the people you know, but there are far more people that you don't know that need our message. And that's why digital marketing, it attracts people. Think of this. Years ago, we would watch TV shows and there was commercials and we see the commercial. They didn't know you, but they tapped into your brain for a minute, for 60 seconds. And some of those commercials, we can still sing the songs today because it got in our psyche. Well, digital marketing allows us to touch people the same way in their email. We're a scrolling society. All we want them to do is stop and read a few sentences. And if it applies to them, they'll listen more. They'll click, get more information. It's unfair of us not to realize we need to reach those people. So that is what digital marketing allows us to do. And I by far am no professional, but I did know I need to start including that in what I'm doing. So I'm not anti digital marketing. I'm just pro people. I don't even know if I always call what I do now network marketing because it has such a bad taste in everybody's mouth. I'm all about sharing information. If it applies to you, get it. That's it. If it doesn't apply to you, don't do it. I don't want to be under an umbrella that stifles my ability to move forward. And digital marketing just lets us, as I said last week.
Oh, there she is. She's back. Check your mic, Miss Pomfil. Miss Pomfil, go out and come back in. While she's fixing her, go all the way out of the studio and come back in. Can you hear me, Cynthia?
I can. I think she still speaks. We can't hear you.
Text her. Inbox her.
You can see us though. No.
I hear you. Go all the way out.
We cannot hear you. Okay, she'll be back.
While she's going out, and I gotta say this, I see so many people. Do you see it, Cynthia? We are having a family reunion. For those of you who don't know,
I wasn't looking at all the. Every time you see me smirk, I'm like,
I see Keisha, I see Carrie. You all don't know. We are literally having. I see Lynette.
It is a family reunion
from the Mad Team, the original Mad Team.
Oh wow, Lynette too.
It's amazing. Like
it is amazing.
It is so good to see you all on social media. I know we all are friends, but you know how the algorithms kind of move us apart from each other. I'm so glad that this has allowed us to come back together with a message for those of you who are dealing with parents who are elderly. I know Cynthia's a caretaker. I've just finished my caretaking. My father passed in December. You all know that story so well because I shared it with you on Facebook. We're coming up on 1 year now that he's been passed away. It was December 21st, 4 days before Christmas. Troy was a caretaker for his mother. Keisha is a caretaker for her mother. Like, we are at that age. And if you put it in the chat, I remember Regina taking care of her mother before she transitioned. Valencia took care of her mother before she transitioned. I mean, it has been all of our lives because that's where we are.
And if I just want to add something before Valencia, I see that you're back. And I don't want you to forget just two things. This combination, this marriage of digital marketing and I will use the profession of network marketing, that merger is so key for so many different things. One, for so many different reasons. One, traditional old school, not everyone is going to do the basics, right? Make the list and go through it. And not everyone has that personality where they're okay with the no's. Most people are not, as to why most people are adverse to sales, no matter what it is. Doesn't mean it doesn't make a difference if it's a car or a house. They just, sales. Nobody wants to be sold. Me either. But there's not a person on the planet that doesn't mind being shown an opportunity. And the opportunity is greater health. Factually, we have a responsibility. Just like you hear about a great book or this or that, it's referral marketing, but this is the greatest message ever. Once you hear about something that works, that can only help, can't hurt, and then we choose not to share, we got to really look at that. Who are we as people? So put the business aside. This is about helping the people who you love, who you love. And in addition to that, with the adoption of digital marketing, It's about helping other people do exactly the same. People who are not in your phone, who are not in your contact base, but they're scrolling and they're looking and they're like, okay, gut health, okay, migraines, okay, microbiome, okay, bacteria, okay, probiotics. It's all going to come together. And when we show up as we are showing up, we're helping people that we wouldn't normally be able to touch. So just wanted to share that. Back to you, Mrs. Pompeo and Ms. Ray.
Ms. Pombo, before I'm going to let you close it out, but I want to recognize some more MAD team members have joined the line. I see Lynn Tony Toro. She says, great to see you, family. It's been a long, we need to have a family reunion, Mrs. Pombo. It looks like we need something in person. Miss Elaine Green, we've had the conversation. She said she's placing her order today. I want to recognize two other caregivers. I know my good friend, Kimberly Rogers. It's not always your parents. She's taking care of her brother. You understand? It's other family members. Elaine Green is taking care of a very, very close friend. But caregiving is caregiving. It is one of the most difficult jobs you will ever do. Carrie said, Miss Papa, pick somewhere tropical. You got a new job. We got to get a vacation going.
We need a date.
So I want to go back. I want to go back to the Bahamas. Remember, we all slid down that slope?
That giant slide.
But remember, we're 60. We were 40 back then, but we're 60 now, so we gotta do something different. I'm not sliding down that thing. Is she going again? Lord have mercy.
Oh man,
that lady has made millions in the industry with that. Don't say it. Okay. Troy said family reunion. So we'll wait for her to come back because she deserves that. If anybody has to go because you're at lunch. Troy, you went down that slide. Troy talking about slide for life. That was a slide for death. I was scared. Were you there, Cynthia?
That was one trip I missed.
My wig came
off.
I
heard.
Lord, why did I slide down with the wig on?
You could with or without.
Oh my God, y'all! We have had a great time today.
We have memories.
We have addressed some very serious issues, and I hope that the message has hit home. I hope that you understand that this is not a message that you can hear and just go back to what you're doing. This is not a message that you can just look at her. She cracking up. Look at this. She's laughing so hard.
Oh my goodness! You know, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. But then you have favorites, and all of them are calling me now. So I'm sorry.
Tell when we finish in a few minutes.
I'm the live.
We apologize. Look up, there goes another call.
That is hilarious.
He has to put it on sleep. Greg is my new friend. He says, "Peace out and roll tide, everybody." I just love this community. I love this community. One thing, and you can say a lot of things about network marketing, but what you cannot say is that it does. How do you say this? It puts you in contact with people who you would have never known, and they become your lifelong friends. Literally. They become like sisters and brothers. Like this one right here, Mr. Troy Mitchell. Like
Islands.
I can tell stories about him, good and bad. I remember one day I put him out my house and slammed the door in his face. We were having an argument over something. I still tell that story. Troy hates that story, but it's such a good story. I'll tell it one day. But as we wait for Miss Papa, let us know where you're chiming in from. Let us know where you're chiming in from as we wait for her to come back, and we're going to close this thing out. Here she comes one more time.
Oh, Regina.
Well, you know, at this point, I have to figure out what's going on because it's family that's calling me, and I apologize for that. But I hope the message, you know, went across. Yeah, we have fun, and I love all of the MAD team members that were here from the beginning, but we're a different team now. I got to let you guys know. We're very serious about business. Mm-hmm. The company we're with, I have to tell you guys, the name of the company is LoveBiome. And I'm not saying this to, I don't even know if I should say it, but let me just tell you, very rarely do you get an opportunity to be a part of a company where you can say you're first, you were there. Mm-hmm. The same founders, same culture. We haven't even created, you know, let me just leave it at that. I'm telling you, we're in the right place at the right time. We're still traveling the world. In addition to the income you make, there's experiences that you would say, you know, if it wasn't for them, I would have never done that. I do know Tahiti is on the platform. We just came back from Dubai and Greece and Turkey. We're getting ready to go to Alaska, and we're current. So if you're a person that I don't want to build a team, you can be an affiliate, just get customers and still earn the rewards. Mm-hmm. So we don't call ourselves distributors or any, you're an affiliate. And we know that that's a new term because of the way people do business. I have a gentleman in my team, amazing. He does he's a holistic doctor. And he does presentations every day at 8 o'clock in the morning on cancer. Tomorrow's on depression. Then he's doing menopause. Then he'll do diabetes. And he just, out of the goodness of his heart. And you know what? He's a top money earner and he doesn't build a team.
Yeah.
Because we have ways that people who just get customers can build this. So it is current. It is keeping up. The industry is changing. So don't base your decisions. We're not recruiting you, by the way. Don't base your paradigm. Don't let your paradigm stifle your growth. Always be willing to learn and then make decisions. I'm big on that. So, we're going to be, I don't even know what to say. It's going to be amazing what we do.
Luncheon.
Are you able to get Pastor Alkaline Pastor John's YouTube channel? Because he doesn't he run the replays on his YouTube channel?
He does. I don't have it yet, but I'll place it on Facebook.
Okay.
He's amazing. He sent me a text today. He did one on breast cancer. This is October. In fact, every Wednesday, he's talking about breast cancer and your microbiome. That I had 2 young ladies on there who are suffering from breast cancer. Like, this is real stuff. People we love need this information. So, I again thank you for the platform. I know what we're doing is making a difference, hence my shirt, Bad Team. And I love the idea of a reunion. So I say, let's do it. Let's just see each other. This is not about whether we're doing business. We created relationships. And to me, that's more important than any business we could ever do.
Well, I love it. I hate the fact that we have to close this out. I could do this for hours and hours and hours, but I know we all have things to do. I got things to do. I'm drinking my second drink of the day. Oh, yes, this is the this is the
I got my coconut water.
Listen, if you would let me,
we all got our stuff. This is powerful.
Can you tell them just before we leave a little bit about this product and tell them a little bit about this product? And I know we didn't want to do this today, but I'm
going to do it because it's important.
Oh my God.
Hold up the black one again. It's called PhytoPower X. By the way, what is PhytoPower? It is targeted probiotics, precision probiotics. That product happens to be one of my favorite. It has all the B vitamins. Now, a lot of us don't even know what they are, but the riboflavin and the thiamine and everything, all of them in 100% of what you need, and some of them in significantly more than 100%. They are all clinically tested and proven probiotics, but it does more. It protects the brain. It helps with sex drive. Issue. There's a gentleman in my.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
There's a gentleman in her team, Pause Making a Difference team, who proudly discusses his previous issue with erectile dysfunction and how he is alive again. Why? Circulation. I don't have to talk about why. You know why. The products work, the efficacious. The list goes on and on. I don't know what direction she was going, but just those 2 products are just the tip of the iceberg. This is an array of nutritional supplements, microbiome specific supplements that are enhancing lives, and they're delicious and simple and mobile. They're easy to take. It's a no-brainer. That's the ease of consumption. You know, my coconut water. I stay with coconut water, however you want to consume it.
I like this. I mix the hydrate and I do the immunity and I do the greens in the afternoon. In the morning, I do the weight, the thermal, where I love that kick of cayenne pepper. And I do for the weight, thermal, and the
block, probably the PhytoPower B, the block sugar.
No, I do the block sugar by itself 15 minutes before my heaviest meal. But
Excellent.
It's something else I put in the morning. I can't think of what it is. And the thermal, the weight. Oh, and the X. I do that in the morning.
X.
And then at night I do the calm along with the detox before I go to bed. I learned that from you. So Ms. Pamela, hurry up and close out before somebody else calls.
No, I'm done. You want to know who just called me?
Who?
Alkaline John. So I got to call him back. But anyway,
we have to get him as a guest one day.
That would be awesome.
I think he would be more than willing. He's an amazing gentleman, and his knowledge base is enviable. He understands the human body. He's a cancer survivor. So a lot is going on. The one on hydrate, 75, I'm sure Cynthia said this, 75% of the US population is dehydrated and they don't even know it. So you got to hydrate, and hydration is not water. It's so much more. So we have energy, and it's not just energy, it's extreme energy. We have I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's a lot to what we're doing. And we are. The era of the microbiome is here.
Yes,
We
it is.
come from people today can go in their cabinets. They got all kinds of supplements. There was the era of the vitamins. You guys who grew up in the 70s, there was the era of aerobics. Everybody was jumping up and down. Well, this is the era of the microbiome. And we went back 3,000 years to validate the effectiveness, the efficacy of what we have. And for those, I have to say this, for those of you who are noni, you love it. We didn't deviate from noni. It's in our product in a different form. It's actually fermented noni, more efficacious. So I'm a lover. I don't feel like I had to abandon what I knew. I built upon what I knew. And that to me is very, very key. So, just great to be here. And you're right, my phone is going to ring again. So I thank you so much. And it is
Thank you
almost
so much,
45
Faith.
minutes.
Thank you.
Get back to the person who invited you to the call so they can talk to you about how you can get the products today and how you can start to learn about digital marketing today. We got it all for you, okay? Mrs. Pompil and Miss Cynthia Craig, I love you. I love you. I love you. I can't tell you enough. All of my former Mad Team partners and current Mad Team partners and future Mad Team partners, I love you. Anybody who has not been a part of the Mad Team, you know you need to be here. You know it already. We don't play. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. I am Dory on purpose. I'm here to impact. Well, I'm making a difference in the world now, again. And I'm here to transform your mind, your body, and your bank account. I love you, love you, love you. Have a wonderful day. We out. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dory.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.